Where else is there an on-track run through a tunnel, a 50-kilometer-an-hour hairpin, a swimming pool complex, a tree-lined main straight, and the coziest of pit lanes? It is the Monaco racetrack that runs through the streets of Monte Carlo. The backdrops of the Blue Harbor, Monte Carlo Casino, and the green hills the Principality nestles within give the race a unique feeling mixed with history and prestige. The first Monaco Grand Prix was held in 1929, and it was a part of the inaugural Formula One Championship of 1950 also, becoming a mandatory event in the F1 race calendar. It is like the ultimate trial for every Formula One driver. These narrow streets test not only the driving skill of a driver, but also the mental strength to thread the needle through looming barriers ready to punish anything. Drivers should precisely calculate every movement to the limits of millimeters, and a small error could end up the whole race with $1 million damage to their cars. On the other hand, the narrow streets of Monte Carlo provide the opportunity for fans to see the cars close up at a distance of a few meters, giving the best feeling among all the Formula One circuits. A long time ago, former Formula One driver James Hunt made a statement criticizing the decision of racing in the streets of Monte Carlo. He said the Monaco Grand Prix is really just an exhibition in which the unfortunate drivers are asked to perform and still exists only for the benefit of the sponsors who want to show off in the glamorous atmosphere, he told his biographer Gerald Donaldson. They should have a parade instead, then all the cars could parade around like the idiotic jet-set posers who are thicker on the ground at Monaco than anywhere else in the world. People were against him at that time, as most of the Formula One fans loved the racing in these historic streets of Monaco. But time changes, and cars are increasing in size day by day, making it more difficult to overtake during a race. Now, it's all about qualifying, and the drivers who start the race at the front of the grid has the best opportunity to win the race, unless something unusual happens. Because of that, modern F1 fans rates this historic race is something boring due to a lack of proper racing between the rival cars, as there is a slim chance for overtaking, and the race is like a parade as defined by James Hunt a long time ago. Seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton was very unhappy about the use of streets of Monte Carlo for racing. The fortune of Hamilton in the streets of Principality is at a very low point, where he won here only twice, even on his championship-winning years also. Hamilton said, "We all know what kind of race it is. It's all about qualifying. So Saturday is the day. On Sunday, unless you luck in with a bit of strategy, there are not many overtakes here. Now the cars are bigger and heavier, and there probably won't be any more. It'll be the same." That was just not only about a few overtaking opportunities, but also about the unusual bouncing nature of this year's Monaco track. "It's the bumpiest the track has ever been. It's probably the bumpiest track I have ever driven," Hamilton said after FP2. "That makes it quite difficult. Our car is bouncing a lot. It's a different bouncing to what we've experienced in the past. It's not aero, it's just the bumps on the track making it worse." At the end of the 2021 Monaco GP also, he made some comments regarding the future of the Monaco Grand Prix. "There is zero opportunity to overtake in a race, but that has been the case for some time. It needs to change. We have had the same format for years," Hamilton said. "It is the best venue, the most beautiful place we get to race at, but it is never exciting for the fans," he said about the existence of Monaco GP in the future F1 calendar. "We saw a train of Formula One cars behind Fernando Alonso's car during the 2022 Monaco Grand Prix, and seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton was also lagging behind Alonso's Alpine due to lack of enough spacing for the overtaking. Hamilton restarted the race behind Fernando Alonso after the red flag, and Alonso seemed to be driving slowly purposefully. Alonso's car was over 4 seconds a lap slower than the cars ahead, and he finished the race 34 seconds behind the Lando Norris despite McLaren's extra pit stop. This resembles the 2001 Monaco Grand Prix, where unheralded backmarker Enrique Bernoldi held off delayed poleman David Coulthard for over 30 laps. During the race, Hamilton was requested over the radio to make an inquiry why the Alpine in front of him was so slow, but the Alpine Charger shrugged off his rival's frustrations. Mercedes driver Lewis Hamilton ended the race in 7th place behind Alonso, but he deserved a better finish than that if he was allowed to overtake, as he lost considerable lap time behind Alonso's Alpine. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff also criticized the Formula 2 style driving by a two-time world champion like Fernando Alonso, and he was very unhappy about it. He said, "I think what we need to look at is Monaco. If a car can slow down by almost 5 seconds and hold everybody up, it is just a shame for the racing here, so maybe we can look at the track layout and the things we can do so we are not having a procession or having a strategy game or qualifying race." You can see there is another lesson that track position is everything in Monaco. I mean, 5 seconds is like a Formula 2 car. It is such a spectacle here. It is such a fantastic venue, and it is always amazing to be here, but I think we need to look in a way at the layout where we can basically close the loop for 5 seconds slower, and you still can't do it, Mercedes boss added further. But the Alpine driver denied the complaint about slowing the rival cars behind him, not allowing them to pass. He explained it just as a strategical decision for tire management. However, tire management encouraged the Spaniard to protect his position rather than chase Silver Arrow's George Russell and McLaren's Lando Norris in P5 and P6. "We had to do a lot of tire management," said Alonso. "I think we didn't have the tires or the tire life to finish the race when it was 33 laps. We had some concerns that the yellow tires could grain a lot on our car, and the first 10 or 15 laps, I took care of the tires a lot. It's a sprint race. We had two choices: refit the hard tires from the beginning of the race or put the medium tire. We put the medium tire, but our life estimation was shorter than 33. After that, I pushed again when they told me Esteban had to make a 5-second gap, but at that point, Hamilton didn't want to hold Esteban at the back. Yeah, disappointing." The Formula 1 calendar is unusually busy now, with a cap of up to 24, and with the drawbacks of the Monte Carlo circuit, there is less possibility for Monaco GP to survive in F1 calendar. The only option to save it is changing the track layout in a way that is easier for overtaking. But Monte Carlo is an established city, and it will be a complicated task to go for such an option. Even Monaco's role in the sport's commercial success is something old. Formula 1 no longer needs the Monaco race to keep its coffers full, and it has more good options to earn the money. The days of enjoying the Formula 1 race yacht in Monaco seem to be coming to an end now. If it needs further for F1 fans, the sport has viable alternatives for it. This year's race in Miami was targeted at a corporate audience and proved successful in doing so. After a long transitional period, Liberty Media is introducing some new street race experiences to the Formula 1 fan. Next to Miami, Las Vegas will be the latest street race addition to the Formula 1 calendar. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel to not miss anything related to Formula 1. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye.